This is a quick update to go over some of the more common questions I've gotten since the gimbal shootout and covers both the FunnyGo and the G3. First is whether or not the Hero 4 works with both gimbals. The short answer is yes, but keep watching for a bit more detail. I've got two PilotFly FunnyGos. The one on the left has the new Hero 4 Black, while the one on the right has the Hero 3 Black. Right now they're both powered down, so you can see how neutral the camera is in the gimbal. If it were perfectly balanced, no matter how you moved it, it would remain in that same position. In the real world, you'll see that when you let go, the camera settles into some other position, meaning it's not perfectly balanced. This matters because it takes more power and stronger motors to correct the position of the camera, because it's correcting not only for the motion, but the imbalance at the same time. As you can see, neither the 3 or 4 is perfectly balanced, but because the battery changed in the 4, it now has a distinctive droop to the right. It also is a bit bottom heavy, so it tends to level pitch or face forward as well. The reality is the influence of the weight difference is really non-existent in practice. Here they're both powered up, and you can see they handle either camera equally well. You might also notice a little white thing hanging off the back of one of my FunnyGos. That's actually their Bluetooth adapter, which allows you to tweak settings and add additional modes to the gimbal. They sell for about $25 and are worth every penny. Not only can you use it to tweak the settings, but you can also use it to remote control the gimbal from either a computer or tablet. It's worth pointing out that this does not and will not work with iOS devices. This isn't a shortcoming of the device, it's because Apple specifically chose not to support Bluetooth serial profile. If you want that kind of functionality, buy an Android or Windows tablet or complain to Apple. Here's the Hero 4 and the G3. It has the same right lean that we saw on the FunnyGo, but it's not quite as noticeable with it. I suspect it's because the G3 motors seem to be stronger, so they have a little bit more magnetic holding force. Pitch is almost the same with the FunnyGo, where the camera has a tendency to settle facing forward. It's important to point out again that this is not desirable even though it may seem like it is. If you were having the camera pointing at something above or below, it now needs to apply additional power to maintain this position. As you can see, in practice this has no real effect on its performance. The G3 works fine with either the Hero 3 or 4. And just an FYI, the FunnyGo Power On mode is different than the G3, which is why you see its pitch moving. FeiYu has come out with a couple of accessories for the G3. The first is a hollow carbon fiber tube. And for use with it, although sold separately, is a threaded power button. Installation is simple. Just unscrew the power button end from the battery pack and replace it with the extension power button. Once that's on, then just screw the threaded extension on and voila, you have yourself a mini boom. They recommend using no more than 2 tubes at the same time, primarily because there's still a lot of weight on the camera end. This leads to my only real complaint, and that is that it would be awesome that if instead of screwing in the end where the battery pack is, they screwed in between the gimbal and the battery pack, moving the weight and controls opposite the gimbal. A word of warning, before FunnyGo owners run out and buy these, they are not compatible. The thread size and pitch seems to be slightly off, meaning that the G3 stuff will not work at all. That's it for the updates, but for those of you that watched this far, here's a bit of a teaser of my next review, which will be for a device I use to smooth out the walking motion when using the gimbal. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, good luck with your shooting, and don't forget to click the subscribe button.